Previously in the Roman Republic. Rome has control over most of Italy. All that remains is a myriad of small independent states in Sicily that stands in the way of total domination of the Italian peninsula and Magna Graecia. But before Rome can strike, the unruly Sardinians, once under the control of Carthage, are agitating for independence from the glorious Roman Republic. These barbaric peoples fail to see that Rome has liberated them from the vile customs and ways of the Carthaginians, and on the 22nd of November 484 decide to lead a rebellion against Rome. Rome dispatched the 1st Auxiliary Italia to squash the rebellion, and after 2 years of fighting, Sardinia was back under Roman control. The members of the rebellion were crucified to serve as an example as to what fate awaits all those who defy Rome. Once the Sardinians were tamed, Rome could turn its attention towards the rest of Sicily. Rome grants this task to the consul Lucius Cornelius Vionens, who is mandated to secure what remains of the island. To speed up troop movement to the south, the consul embarks upon a grand road building project linking Rome to the city of Rhegium, next to the Strait of Messina. On the 1st of October 488, Lucius Cornelius Vionens starts the war for the unification of Sicily under Roman rule. However, the consul did not see his task come to fruition. On the 21st of August 489, he died of a terrible fever at the age of 75. Emergency elections were held in Rome, granting consulship to Publius Sempronius Sophus, the second of his name. Indeed, his father before him had been a Grand Consul of Rome and the architect of the victory against the Samnites all those years ago. What better man was there to finish this war? The war was a resounding success, making the Sempronii family even more prestigious throughout the Republic. The plebs chanting Ave Sempronii in the streets from Rome to Capua to Pisa, and the Sempronii family basked in its glory. But Rome must now turn its attention to Carthage once more. They might have been expulsed from Sicily following the First Punic War, but Carthage still remains a threat, one that cannot go unchecked. Since that crushing defeat, Punic Empire has turned its attention to the riches of southern Hispania, taking down tribe after tribe. Rome must eradicate the Carthaginian presence in the area, a source of valuable metals used to fund their navies and armies. The Senate of Rome decides to dispatch the Legio Italia to Hispania under the command of Archimedes Fidid and Mettus Claudius Crassus, a young tribune looking to start his cursus honorum, and this is where our story continues. The gods will it, the Senate wills it, and the people of Rome wills it. A war against Carthage must be on the horizon, and of course we must try to amputate Carthaginian possessions in southern Hispania, cutting off a vital supply of economic and military might. So, what we need to do is get ready to amputate over all of this. Now, in order to do this, we will need to try and get some land in southern Spain in order to have enough control range so we can take them on. And for that, the target of the Republic is Saguntinia over here, where a claim is currently being made. We shall take them on here, occupy this land, and use this as a base of operations in order to occupy all of the land in southern Spain. Our army is currently marching towards Lilybaeum. We shall raise our auxiliary forces who will also march towards Lilybaeum, and we'll kind of get our navies and ferry them across to Saguntinia when we declare war. Hopefully very soon. The claim is being made over here, and we'll take these out, and then once we've taken Saguntinia out, we shall directly declare over on Carthage and start the Second Punic War. But before we start off, we need to deter Iberian support, and we're going to start this mission in order to try and get some extra friends and allies in southern Spain for when we want to take on Carthage. So let's start that off. We are currently trying to increase our navy size, which is exactly something that we're going to want to do, and I am increasing it a little bit here, getting some extra units on there. Why not? You can never have enough units. And of course, I will be using the naval parity. We shall go ahead and finish this mission. We have 20 more ships in Carthage, and this reduces our navy maintenance cost as well as the ship recruit speed. So why not? We'll definitely take that. But anyway, let's go. The Republic is ready, the gods are ready, and of course we just need to get ready to declare the war on Saguntinia. Anyway, convincing the Hispanians. Hispania is a vast land, a patchwork of various tribes, alliances, and influences. The Carthaginians and Greeks have had their hands in Iberian pots for centuries, trading and fighting with one tribe or another. If we are to replace Carthage as the leading force in Hispania, it might be wise to approach what tribes you can win and win them over. Perhaps encourage suspicion of Carthage. Well, let's spend. Let them know who their real friends are. I mean, it is the plan. Try and get rid of some support and get it on our side. So we'll spend some of the gold and get some support. Anyway, aims of the Populares realised. The partisans of the Populares are practically falling over each other to congratulate Consul Publius for defending their interest in the centre of Rome. Pandering to the desires of the common people has increased the support we can expect from them for the time being. And the support is so high in the Senate that it's 100% everybody wants a Punic war. Literally everybody wants it. We need to re-import horses here because of the extra heavy camp discipline. So we'll import some extra horses in Rome. Now what we need to do, I'm probably going to get rid of some of the ships, to be honest, that we're building, because it is costing us a little bit. So we'll get rid of 5 Tetrias, I think. We'll get rid of the Tetrias for now. Yeah, we'll get rid of the Tetrias for now. We'll build some extra Hexirs, but some of the Tetrias we'll get rid of. Anyway, a man of Ares, one of our soldiers, has the reputation of a man blessed by the god of war himself, fighting with a frenzy unlike any other. Some of our other soldiers question why he's not been promoted after all his heroic deeds during war, while others treat him as some sort of demigod. Will join our court, or we gain inspiring soldier? Well, he's going to join our court, I think. He's going to join our court, and we shall assign him as another legate in our Legion of Italia. And wow, he's got 13 martial, and he is definitely going to be a 3rd commander in the Legion. He's going to be very, very useful indeed. Our navy is going to go into the Libyum, and we'll get them there. Of course, we'll raise all the other units as well. We have another trade route here, and we must import something that we need. Maybe precious metals, but we can't get any of that. What about glass? We can get some glass. What's food like in Rome? More than enough food in Rome. Let's get some stone. Let's get some stone, because then I can try and get a surplus and we can reduce the build cost. We are going to need to build some buildings, definitely. That is something that we need to think about. How long until you finish your road? Very close indeed. And then we'll send you over here, and we'll, of course, actually, you know what? We'll get our navy, and we're going to send them all the way over to Ostia here to pick up the auxiliary forces that I'm going to raise in just a short while. Now, the Legion's finished his road building, which is fantastic, which means now we can reduce the cost it's going to cost us per month. And we'll send you all the way to Lilybaeum. These Saguntinia have one friend, which is these here, that we could definitely try and take. So, let's also get a claim on the lands over here, so we can actually occupy this as well. And of course, it's just a decent base of operations for them to basically just take all the land of Carthage down in southern Spain, which is the best possible scenario. But anyway, let's raise our auxiliary forces. The Auxiliary Italia and the Auxiliary Magna Graecia are both forces that are going to be raised. We shall put you into Capua. Of course, our navy is going to go and pick them up in Capua, and oh no, not Capua, Neapolis, sorry. Will be picked up in Neapolis, and we'll send them over to Lilybaeum, where we shall pick up our Legion forces, and then we shall declare war on Saguntinia. All of this to get ready to amputate Carthaginian land. Now, the Gaelic power of Tectosagia want to import wine, no problem. We'll trade wine with you without any questions asked. The Boic Civil War ends, again, up here, but that is not Rome's problem at the moment. Rome is more or less occupied with Carthage. Now let's go, on the boat, cross the sea, towards Lilybaeum, pick up our legion, and go to war. And of course, before any war, we must call down the blessing of the gods in order to bless our current military endeavours, and the blessing of Mars, is the god of war, is the appropriate omen to call down for some extra morale boost, where the people will cheer and glory in the Republic's cities of Rome, which will be great. Now, you want to trade. Petrocorica, they want to trade stone. No problem at all. Please be my guest. We've got a claim on Macedon, Carthage. Of course, more claims on Carthage is always nice indeed. Now our forces are over here. They're pretty much ready to rumble. And I think it is... We need what? How long to wait for? Not very long now. Not very long till the claim has been finished. We have more than enough gold coming up per month. Extra tech, which is also good indeed. And here we are going to go for, this time, something different. We're going to go for the open religion here. We're going to go down this route. Because, of course, once we conquer Iberia and Carthage and all that, we're going to have pops that are not Hellenic. And, of course, to accelerate the Romanization process, we need to get the Great Temple so we can make them worship Roman gods, and then we can convert them and make them act like true Romans. So we're going to go for due process first. Get a little bit of a pop gain for that, which is more than fine. Envoys return. So our envoys have returned from their travels across Hispania with news of their reception of each of the visited tribes. They were generally well received, the deference offered clearly indicating the status of Rome in quantity known and feared, if not respected even in those far and backward places. The Senate paused over the dispatches, plotting schemes to ensnare the most useful Iberian allies. So we managed to convince 6 countries of our good intentions, raising their opinion of us and lowering Carthage's opinion. And we also got 2 countries that were unconvinced, and Carthage lost opinion of us. Well, Carthage, fair enough, lose opinion of us. That is not a problem. We are going to now try to get some extra territories, I think. Let's go for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Get it up to 20 hexes. We'll take the time. As we are getting ready to take on Carthage, to increase the size of our navy to be sure that we have total naval supremacy, which is incredibly important. Extra martial advances, that is good. We'll go accepted rights for the unintegrated culture happiness, and we're only 1 off getting open religion, which is going to be very useful indeed. Our navy is filling up with some extra ships, which is fantastic. We nearly have the claim against Saguntinia in the 1st of December 941. It's very close indeed. As soon as we get that, we shall be declaring the war and marching across the land in order to take care of them. The last bit of tech we've got the last innovation now, so we get open religion, unlocks the Great Temple building, which will definitely help Romanization. Of course, everything must be Romanized. It's vital. We have the claim. It's time to go. We have our ships. We have the claim. Do I have 1 extra ship coming to join us? I could also probably go for some extra ships. So we'll go for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 extra hexiers. And I think it's time to go to war. Saguntinia, you are going to be the first nation in Iberia to fall to the might of Rome. And of course, this will allow us to do Hispanian dominance. So we need to have territorial subjects in mainland regions of Tarraconensis, Contestania, Baetica, Lusitania, or Galicia. Luckily enough for us, this is in Contestania, which is fine. And then, of course, to finish this off, we need to expulse Carthage out of this area. And the thing, having the land here increases our zone of control, or our control range more like, which will allow us then to occupy this in a future war with Carthage. And then the kind of terrain will be nicely set for a last Punic war, or the 3rd and final one, where we shall take out Carthage in North Africa. So anyway, let's get rolling. Let's go. It's time for the Republic to declare its war. We're going to bring in, of course, our dear vassals, which are going to help, not that it's needed, and take Contestania Meridionalis. Let's roll. So we're going to bring in everything, the Legion, the auxiliary forces, and of course this war will not last very long. The quicker we can finish it, the quicker we can take on Carthage. So we're going to bring the navy into the Mare Ballaricum, or Ballarium, sorry, and we'll get ready to disembark and occupy Saguntania as quickly as possible. They have 2 forts, not very high level, level 1 forts, and we can easily take care of them. And of course they brought in their allies here, but we can easily take care of them as well. The Belgian local power of Nemetia wants to import wine, will be my guess. The Republic has a lot of wine and a lot of drunked up freemen, so of course we'll happily trade with you. A petitioner approaches. A senior citizen by the name of Lucius Aburius has approached our consul in private this morning. In a hushed voice, he spoke of a vision in the near future in which he was found by his loved ones having been impaled by a battering ram. Our consul is self-controlled, humble and prominent, as well as arrogant. This Lucius Alburius is a member of the Popularis faction. We are humble and self-controlled, so I don't think he would... We can convince him it will all be well, I suppose. But he is... it doesn't really matter what I take depending on his kind of traits, because nothing really goes against what he is. So we'll gain the gold here. We'll go for how awful, we shall take good care of him. He can pay for our protection. So we'll take good care of him. We're going to send our navies out here now. It's good. We're nearly on the coastline. Very close to being able to take him on. Another Belgian power wants to trade with us. We'll happily trade. That is fine. Now, we are out of naval range, I think. Yeah, we're only just in naval range. Or just out of naval range. So this is going to be good to have some of this land here. But anyway, the Conscripti Magna Graecia, actually no, the Legion Cohorts First Legio Italia is going to take over the capital there. Then the Auxiliary Cohorts is going to take over Hemeroscopion. And then, of course, the Conscripti Magna Graecia is going to go to Sicanium. Of course, we'll split the armies up to make sure that we can take it down as quickly as possible. Oxibia wants to trade wood, and that is also fine. We are going to try to increase, of course, get some more ships. We'll get some more Tetrias. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Of course, all this to get ready for Carthage. The bigger naval advantage we have, the better it will be for us. Now, all of our Roman soldiers have embarked in Spain. Everything's going to be occupied. The sacking of Hemeroscopion. Do we want to sack the place down to the ground? Well, you know, he's self-controlled. He's not really cruel, so I reckon we can let the men roam freely. It would let the men under his command and like the people in Rome like him more without being too overly cruel. So that goes well with him. Again, a little bit of gold. Kill a few people, but not too much. Now, both auxiliary forces are going to try and seize down Adaras. And my legion is going to take on Lebeton. We'll occupy that very quickly. And of course, my navy will dock into the city we've just occupied and repair. Now, the Pannonian local power of Nerica, they want to trade some base metals. That's fine. The Republic will trade with you. Not a problem at all. Again, this war is going to be very, very quick indeed. I don't think there's going to be too much of a problem with it. Once all this is occupied, we will quickly peace out. The military traditions, we're not going to spend them just yet because the extra morale that the military experience is going to give us is going to be very useful indeed. Minus 7% on the siege of Adaras, minus 14% on the siege of Lebeton. We have some more gold, which means we get a little bit more hexeers, I think. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 extra hexeers is going to be fine. Again, just make sure we have overwhelming naval supremacy over the Carthaginians. It's going to be absolutely vital. 0% here, 7% up north, 7% on both now. He's raised a few men, nothing really major. He's taking this back, but it is what it is. Lebeton has been taken down, so we'll send our legion now to deal with the stragglers who are moving over to Saguntium, the capital of the Saguntian tribe. Our auxiliary forces have nearly taken over Adaras. We have some religious advances, but here we are now going to take Litius, which is a unique invention to Rome, which gives us some extra discipline for our soldiers, which is going to be incredibly useful indeed for the upcoming war. Now, the legion is taking back Saguntum, which is going to be super vital, and then we'll send you over to take care of his friend over here on the capital of Dertosa. So you're now going to go and siege Dertosa. We can use our navy, of course, I think, to blockade it. No, we can't. There's no port, so we'll leave our navy in the sea here. I don't need to send them anywhere else. We can leave them there just to kind of keep a nice check on the coastline. And everything is really going according to plan so far. It really is. Let's go for some more Tetrias, I think. Go for maybe 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think we have more than enough now. We have way more than enough soldiers or enough like ships in order to counter Carthage. Anyway, we'll destroy the forces in Satabis here with our auxiliary forces. They can take them on. They're not going to last very long. Again, they're just going to fall very quickly. They are tribal, which means they don't have too much morale. We need to take back Hemeroscopion to take control of the province, which is vital. Here it is a level 2 fort, which means it's going to be a little bit harder to occupy, but not too difficult. And now we'll go back to Ad Palem to take this province capital here, because we are going to want to occupy all of the land, of course. We do need a big area in order to make sure that we can take care of Carthage. And then we can bring all of our forces, all of the Roman Republic's forces can be like brought into Spain here, and we can launch the attack from here, which is a much shorter distance to cross than using our navy to cross straight away over from Italy. It'll be much more practical in terms of logistics. We're going to split up our auxiliary forces now. We're going to have the auxiliary Italia going to Valeria, and the auxiliary Magna Graecia is going to go to Egeria, and then we're just going to occupy the rest of the land here, and then peace should be imminent. And again, this has all been very easy indeed. Our navy has increased massively, which is fantastic. Carthage have occupied Musulamia. I think they have. They have a little rebellion going on down here, the Muzuk Rebellion. I think they're going to win it. We should probably keep an eye on it, but I don't think too much is going to happen. Let's go down to Arcus here to deal with this 3k stack, who are going to try and liberate the city of Saguntum, which is not what we want to happen. We need to keep Saguntum occupied in order to occupy the peace treaty, but we have caught them. I know we've caught this 1k stack. So they finished. Datosa had been sieged down for the glory of the Roman Republic, and now we take over Olestrum, the last bastion or last province over there, and then the war should be over as soon as we take Egeria. Again, it has been fairly easy indeed. We'll follow you down to Adaras. You can go and follow him down over there. That's been occupied. Now all we need to do is take this, and it's done. We can now peace out. It's going to cost us a little bit of aggressive expansion. It's cost us 21 aggressive expansion. It's okay, but it does give us a nice big foothold in Spain, and we can definitely use this to our advantage. So, for the glory of Rome, we first have our first possessions in Iberia. The Saguntite elite and the Ilocavonian elite. So, our consul is self-controlled, humble, and prominent. He is not as brutal as is probably one of his predecessors. So we'll banish those of class, and we'll put the rest to the sword. We'll just kind of banish the most important people, show them a little bit of mercy, but then the rest we'll kind of put them to the sword to get the aggressive expansion down a little bit. Now, time to demobilize the forces a little bit, and then we shall get ready now in order to take care, or to take on Carthage in our first war. Now, we have got land here, which means we should be able to occupy this fairly easily. It should be in control range now. Which would be good. We have this province here, and we are going to get rid of this fort now. I don't want the fort there. We'll reorganize the structure of the land, and we'll go for a fort in this province capital. Actually, I can't get that yet. We don't have the gold. So we'll get rid of this fort here that we don't need. And of course, this fort here, I might actually keep. Yeah, we'll keep that fort there. We'll probably get one over here in Saguntum, and we'll get one here. Maybe one over in this section. One of these dies there, so I'll move the province capital here, to be honest, I think. And we can't move it just yet? Oh no, it's already there, that's why. So that's pretty good. So we'll get some forts going on the coastline to lock it down. Now let's assign some governors. So, the first governor of... which one do I want to assign? Either Tarraconensis is... no, Contestania is the biggest one, I think. Let's have a look. Yeah, Contestania is the biggest one. We'll assign Manius Cornelius Vitalis, a member of the Optimates faction, so our same political class as our ruler. He is harsh, so he's going to be treating the local population with terror, which is great stuff. And of course we have the governor of Tarraconensis, and we shall probably try to appease... no, we'll place Appius Claudius Pulcher, a miserly man, but he is of our faction, so we'll place this guy. So that is fantastic indeed. Now, the navy is going to go all the way back over to Ostia. Get ready to pick up the levies that we are going to raise fairly soon. We're making a decent amount of gold maintenance. So guards and visitors have pointed out for quite some time that the temple of Jupiter Optimus Maximus has started to deteriorate. Now a very prominent visitor from our foreign ally pointed out that our once proudest landmark is decayed and it places damage. Not only is this affecting the morale of our nation, but it also diminishes how we portray ourselves to other nations. Okay, well, we can't really afford this. I can't afford to restore the monument, but I can afford to look over our finances, and we can afford some reparations. So we'll give financial aid for Rome, which increases pop output and increases our local tax by 10%. So why not? Macedon want to trade stone. That is fine. We'll happily trade stone. And now we should start the process of Romanizing, which first comes by converting. So we'll swap the policies here to religious conversion. Try and get as many of these local Iberian pops to follow the true gods, the true Hellenic pantheon, which is fine. And now we wait. Now we wait and get ready to raise our auxiliary forces, and then of course declare war for Carthage. Now we have some more goods which we're going to trade. So we'll trade with Remia here. We'll trade some of that with you. These want to trade. They want some salt, which is fine, and these want some olives. So that's good. We are going to be making a little bit more gold. We are making 5.22 now, because we have a lot more land here under our control. Our aggressive expansion is going down by 0.11. Our Our Praetor is not the best man. He's not the best guy. But he will have to do. We have Emporion that wants vegetables. That's also fine. Please do. Let's have a quick look at our Romanization of the Italian Peninsula. It's going. The Roman culture is spreading. Spreading quite nicely. Hopefully it will speed up a little bit. We could build some grand theatres, but we don't have the gold. So hopefully once we finish really taking out Carthage, we should start making a considerable amount of gold, which would allow our glorious republic to get a load of theatres and a load of grand temples in order to accelerate the Romanization process. Now, all we need is a little bit of extra gold, and then we are going to be ready to strike. So Carthage have 56 ships. We have a double amount, well, we have double the amount of him in naval-wise. A feast for Sertor. The residents of Syracuse are holding a celebration in honour of their much-loved governor, Sertor Aelius, renowned for his beneficence, tolerance, and common sense. On with the celebrations, or he does not deserve jubilation. Well, we're self-controlled, humble, and prominent. I don't think we are bothered about not letting him have the celebration. So we'll do it. We'll gain some citizen happiness, freeman happiness, and he gains some prominence and some popularity. Yeah, why not? Why not? Why not? Why not? We can celebrate. Everybody deserves a decent celebration from time to time. Anyway, when can we raise the levies? The 28th of November. So at the end of this month, we can raise some extra forces, get our auxiliaries back, in order to get them ready to strike against Carthage again. Again, this was like their leave. It was like the auxiliary forces paid leave. Anyway, all of them can be raised. All of them are going to be locked into the port of Ostia, and then we'll ferry them across to our possessions in Spain. The Gaelic local power of Nitobridgia want to import cloth. We'll do more than happy trade with the Gaelic powers for the moment. Again, Gaul is not our problem. Maybe at some point during the campaign, a strong man will have set his sights on Gaul, just like the glorious Caesar did back in the day, and maybe he will set his eyes on that. Who knows? Who knows what will rise in the Republic? Which kind of man will rise to the task? Now, we send across the extra auxiliary forces to link up with our legionaries, and we'll send them into Dianum. And we'll send our legionaries into Dianum as well. And of course, we shall get ready to take over all the land here. We shall occupy all of this in southern Spain, and then we'll try to amputate as much land in North Africa as possible. I'm hoping maybe to amputate up all the way up to this bit here, so we can take all of this in like the North African section and all of this over here. If we go to the missions here, Hispanian dominance, we already have some territory in the region required. All we need to do is get rid of them now. So we should be able to expulse Carthage fairly easily. I don't really... the Republic doesn't anticipate any problem, and the support is still huge. The support is massive. We have like 100% support in the Senate. The people, everybody wants this war. There's another election, though, on the 12th of August 494, so we'll wait for the election to happen, and then the next consul is going to be the man to declare the war. Of course, it is his mandate. On time and devotion, Marcus Sempronius Corvinus is cultivating quite the reputation as a man of decency and honour. Oh, we gain from 3 stability. All Roman people are decent and of honour, of course. So, our armies are going to resupply in Dianum, try and get some food in their bellies, and stockpile as much as they can in order to get ready to take all this down here. We have 120 ships. It is more than enough, with some pretty decent ships, like shipwise. Our primary cohorts are, of course, the Hexiers. The secondary cohorts are going to be the Tetriers, and on the flanks, the Liburnian. We'll increase the flank size to 10. I want as many as we can fit on the side. And now all we do is wait. We wait for the election, which is going on the 12th of August, in a couple of months. In 2 months. Well, a month now, very soon. And once that's done, we shall declare the war. Hopefully we can probably take off some of the islands as well in Gymnasia, which would be nice if they join the war as well. As soon as this election happens, the pledge will be to get the war going. Anyway, Mamercus Fabricus has become increasingly restless of late. He believes that his statue is deserving of a key role in our government. Well, he's a populist. Our guy is an optimates. No. We are not going to hand him anything. Unless our next consul is in line with the populares. Anyway, senatorial resistance. So we have a new consul, Numericus Cornelius, and he is also the optimates. So the optimates faction controls everything still. And his co-consul is also an optimates, and they have overwhelming dominance in the Senate, 82 seats. It's pretty crazy. And our man is an orator. He's a brilliant speaker. He's devout, he is also harsh and generous. So he's generous when he has to be, but of course harsh when it comes to dishing out punishment to anybody who betrays or rebels against the Republic. Anyway, Numerius Cornelius, proven to be contentious leader as consul, previously an outspoken critic of the government, he has spoken with contempt during meetings of the Senate. It's not worth to upset the balance just yet, or bring them to heel. Vague threats can't hurt anyone. We will bring them to heel. We lose stability and gain tyranny, but we will bring the Senate to heel, and they will heed Numericus Cornelius's words due to the fact that he can speak very eloquently. A new oratory researcher is needed, and of course we will use the old consul, Publius Sempronius Sophus. Use the old guard to kind of put down our power. And we also need the tribunate of the plebs, and we'll put Marcus Sempronius Lepidus. No, actually no, because you're a popularis. So we'll put Gnaeus Olginius, a member of the Bony Eye faction, kind of the centre political party. So we'll place you. And now, it's time. It's time for the Second Punic War. We shall declare on Carthage. We'll do the claim on, I think it's Bastania. Is it Bastania down here? It is a Bastitania. It's quite easy to occupy. Let's do this. We should be able to occupy this. We have control. Let's check on naval range. Yeah, we have more than enough naval range here. We should be able to control this fairly easily. Bastitania is the war goal. Our vassals are going to join. Our forces are ready. It's time to put Carthage back in their place. Let's do this. The Second Punic War has happened. It's starting, and we are going to really, really kill them. So, our armies are now going to be going on the fleet, and we're going to bring them all the way over here now into this area, and we'll send half over to this side and half over to Bastania, occupy all this, and then we'll try and take care of the rest of the land here on the coast of North Africa. Carthage should not be able to do too much here. Now, I am losing a little bit of gold for some reason here, maybe because we're paying a bit of wages. I reckon for the moment we could increase taxation a little bit. It would help. We'll increase taxation a bit. We'll lose some research points, only a little bit, but we'll increase taxation for the duration of the war, just to make sure that we don't go into the negatives. Anyway, Optimates agenda, land for Publius Sempronius Sophus. So enriching the elite is once again the agenda of the Optimates. This time they have decided to gather round the head of the Sempronii family, Publius Sempronius Sophus. They claim that he deserves some land as repayment for his excellent service to the Senate. Well, I do agree. We are part of the same political faction. He did guide Rome through troubled times previously, and his family are one of the most prestigious and illustrious in Rome. So you shall have your holdings. With pleasure, Publius Sempronius Sophus. Anyway, the Legio Italia is going to siege Quarta, and then the auxiliary forces are going to disembark on his 6k stack here and take them to the cleaners and, of course, occupy the land in the war goal. Marcus Sempronius Corvinus died, and he was, of course, my co-consul, I think. I think he was the co-consul. Oh, no, it wasn't the co-consul. It's the Tribunus Militum. And we are going to place Gaius Claudius Centho, a 24-year-old Optimates who's just starting his cursus honorum, and the same political faction that we belong to. He shall be in the government. Anyway, the auxiliary forces have stack-wiped the remainder of the Carthaginian forces in Bastitania here, and we'll split them up, and the Conscripti Magna Graecia is going to take over Urki, and the Conscripti Italia is going to take over Malacca. Once this is occupied, we will get the war goal, which is definitely, of course, going to increase the war score. We will get the navy to blockade the strait here, of course, to try and stop any reinforcements coming from North Africa, as a grand strategist should do. The sacking of Malacca, Numerius Cornelius led his men to greater glory on the victory siege of Malacca. The enemy flee in disgrace, and all that's left to decide is how to treat the people within. So we, of course, commanding the auxiliary forces, Italia, of ourselves. So let's see. We are devout, harsh, and generous. We're not cruel, but we are harsh. So we'll do in the middle. We'll do in the middle, let the men roam freely, we'll gain a bit of gold, the troops become loyal, and I think it corresponds well to the kind of character of our guy. We'll get the navy back. They're going to pick up this 6k stack who's going to go all the way and occupy the southern point of North Africa here. Unfulfilled promises. So the guy who wanted a position in Senate, Mamercus, who's the populist, was not very pleased. But since we are a very smooth talker and an orator, we can smooth talk him out of these ambitions, which is what we're going to do. So we smooth talk him out. The 6k stack is going to join over here now. We'll get you on the boat. Now we're going to send you all the way down here to Retubis. We'll quickly occupy Retubis. Alabrigio want to trade, no problem, we'll get some more gold with you. Now we're going to send over our forces over here into Malacca again. We'll pick them up with the boat fairly soon and we'll drop them in North Africa. Macedon want to trade salt, that's not a problem, and Sipontum wants some more grain, be my guest. We're out of naval range here, by the way, which is a little problem, but it is what it is. Only not for very long, though. So now we're going to drop you over into Retubis. The siege here is going very well indeed. Hopefully our legion will gain an honour. I hope they do. Once you've disembarked, which you have, we're now going to go and pick up the Conscripti Magna Graecia and drop them off in North Africa. This has been occupied fairly nicely, so now you're going to move all the way over here. Actually, you can follow up over here and occupy that yourselves. We're going to go and occupy this first and then occupy up in north. You're going to go and help these out. So you're going to go on the boat. And then we'll go and try to siege down this fort here next, I think. So you're going to go there. Dock you on this side. Still not fallen just yet, 42%. Still not gone. Now blockade this to help speed things up a little bit. You're now going to go and take over Ocurii. Where are the Carthaginian forces? Now they have 56 ships. I can't see them yet. They've gone in Sardinia, which is interesting. I might actually send some troops over. This 6k stack after, we might send them to protect Sardinia. We can't have Punic occupation of Sardinia. We only just liberated it, so we can't have that. Anyway, you go up to north now to wherever that is. Quarta has been taken down. What is this? Tinga. Quarta's fallen, which means now we're going to get our legions onto the boat. Actually, no. You're going to go and occupy the other settlements over here now. We'll take the province capitals to occupy all this. You're sieging this down, which is great. This has been occupied as well. Everything is going according to plan. Everything's been planned meticulously. It is very good indeed. Now, move on the way to Tinga. We've now got the legion in the city of Tarshish. The auxiliary forces are slowly taking over that. You need to now go over to Balsafon, across the river. Which river is this? The Fluminanas, to occupy that. Mastia, they want to trade, no problem. Again, our consul sacked Tinga. We'll let the men roam freely. It goes well with his kind of characteristics. Now, you, on the boat, will go and free Sardinia and Corsica. However, he has disembarked some troops in our land over in Spain. We do need to go and deal with that. So, let's... Actually, before we do anything else, let's go and send you guys over here. Which is fine. We'll go and occupy. We'll go and take this back. And then we'll go and free up what is occupied over here. I think that'll be the best thing to do. So you're going to go to Sardinia. Our legions occupied this, which is quite good. You're now going to go to Lexippo. Actually, no. You can go and take care of these 6,500 men there. We can deal with them pretty quickly. I do need to go and deal with them afterwards. I'll probably send the legion over... I'll probably send the legion over there. Anyway, Quintus Fabius Gurgis has suggested a small addendum to our often referenced law. Well, he's part of the Bonii faction. So... No, he's not part of our faction, so we're not going to do an addendum for the law. You're not part of our political faction, so... No, thank you. Anyway, they've nearly reached over there, finally. It's going to take a little while, but once you get there, it's going to be good. The Curii has been taken care of. Now our auxiliary forces are going to deal with what's left there. We'll get our troops here to Lecipo, and then we'll come pick them up with the navy afterwards, once we deal with the forces in Sardinia and Corsica. And we'll go and free up the city of Sulci. Now our navy is going to go all the way over here to Lecipo, and we'll bring them over into and try and deal with this 6k stack. Our auxiliary forces have dealt with the first levy of Baetica fairly easily, to be honest. And I think they can finish them off again. So we'll get the auxiliary forces to finish them off. Marcus falls ill. Marcus Sempronius Lepidus has fallen ill. And he's a popularis. And we aren't going to heal him. Not at all. And we stack wiped the soldiers in the Battle of Turdisenia. That's in Iberia. We'll take back Corralis. And of course, as for all war, we need to call down the blessing of Mars to help us on victory in the field of battle. Now, they've been stack wiped. You need to go here now. And what we're going to do is we shall then try and take over Rusadir. And then we'll take over the last bits of bastions, the little kind of independent bits that are in North Africa. Probably all the way up to Zalda. And then in the last war, we can take all of Carthage over, I think. In the kind of third and last Punic war. Now, Our navy has arrived. So it's time that we bring these guys on the boat, and we're going to drop off our auxiliary forces over here, and the Legion is going to go and occupy Russadir. So let's go. So first we'll move to Russadir quickly, we'll occupy that, and then we'll go and deal with the Carthaginian forces. Assassination successful. We've been informed that Decimus Sempronius Brutus was found brutally murdered in his home just last night. The investigators have reported that a honed sword was used in the crime, a device known to be favoured by Decimus Cornelius. Oh no, it's us. We have us as a consul. We've killed the Praefectus Militaris. So we are basically a murderer now. Okay, we've killed him, and we need a new Praefectus Militaris, and it's going to be Appius Claudius Cantho of the Optimates faction. Actually, no. We must place Marcus Sempronius Lepidus. He may be a popularis, but we need to get their support in the Senate and to keep them happy so they don't try to backstab the Optimates in power. Now, the battle over here. We have won this battle. We've taken care of course, what's left of the forces in Sardinia, so they've been dealt with. Our Legion is now going to go to Russadir, Cohorse Legio Italia, take care of his 2k stack there quickly. You have dealt with him. We're now going to go back to Corralis. We are going to start building a fort in Corralis as well. I do want to have one here because it's not overly well defended. Let's finish him off. We'll finish off his troops here. We're going to try and kill that 1k stack. Now we'll send our auxiliary forces all the way up north and we'll deal with this 6k stack over there. The Legio Italia has stack wiped the troops in Russadir. The war score is ticking. We have caught up with him over here. We'll go and probably pick up the Auxiliary Italia and use them to occupy some of the other land by Yol and south of or north of Massilia once we drop off our Conscripti Magna Graecia. And then we'll also probably send the Navy to help blockade Russadir. I think that's going to be dead useful. Anyway, let's send in the auxiliary forces. We'll deal with his 6,000 men levy of Africa, and then we'll try and reoccupy all what he's got here. Now, over to Corralis. Actually, no, we'll go over to Sulci, and we'll send you to Sulci as well. We'll pick you up and drop you off in North Africa. And we stack wiped his forces here, which is really nice indeed. And we're going to put this conscripti on Carpet Siege. No, on Carpet Siege or keep in reserve. Reconnaissance, defend borders. We'll put you on defend borders. You're going to go and retake all this automatically, so we do not have to have this under control. And then we do need to go and blockade Russadir though, because yeah, that fort is a high level fort. We do need to. Do we have enough food? We don't have too much food, to be honest, so we do need to go and quickly blockade, I think. So we'll pick you up there, that's fine. We'll drop you guys off down here now. How much food are we eating, by the way? We eat 7 per month. I ain't going to last very long here. So we actually need to get more food. So, yeah, we need more. I don't have enough men here, and I don't have enough food. We need to send them back home. I need to kind of resupply pretty quickly. So, what we're going to do is we're going to go and pick up these guys in Russadir. I'll swap with my auxiliary forces here, I think. Because, yeah, you're just going to lose so much men, and we can't afford to do that. So, let's get you over here so I don't lose any siege progress, and then we'll get you in the boat, and we'll just drop you off in occupied territory so we can resupply. It's the best thing. I can't think of anything else that we can do. So we'll send you off here. It's not gonna, the siege ain't gonna continue, but we don't lose the siege progress, which is absolutely vital. You've reoccupied all that. I'll probably go and pick you up, to be honest, fairly quickly. So I'm gonna drop you off in Urki, try to resupply and gain some food. And then we'll pick up this auxiliary force and we'll send them over here to help take down Russadir. Again, everything is pretty much well planned. Carthage have not got any forces across anywhere at the moment. They haven't sent any. I think because we have total naval supremacy, which means there's not really much that they can do. All this land has now been occupied again, which is great. We'll send you all the way over here. We'll put you in the boat, and then we'll go and try to take down Russadir. Scandalous Dominus. So while the occasionally rakish and loose tendencies of Quintus Fabius Gurgis are well known throughout the upper circles of Roma, no one was quite prepared for the appalling slew of allegations levelled at him at late. Quintus here, Fabius Gurgis, has been having orgies with his slaves. I think he's the is he the co-consul? No, he's not. But he's part of our he's part of our political faction. He's got a lot of power base. So we're going to do. We're not going to waste our time. We're getting a little bit of corruption. I mean, we're an orator, we're devout, we're harsh and generous, foolish, but I mean, Nothing that can really contradict the fact that we do defend our political faction. So we're not going to waste your time for this. Slave happiness will go down, but slaves are not the concern of the Republic. They're there for the material gain of Roman citizens and not for their well-being. Anyway, let's send these down here to Rusadir. Here, these are resupplying with food out of this province. War core is incredibly high. We might be able to get Carthage to liberate some of their nations as well, some of their feudatories and vassals. That'll be a very interesting thing if we can do that. Anyway, the Conscripti Magna Graecia is now going to go and help take down the city of Rusadir. And I think then we'll go and pick up the Legio Italia, and we'll probably drop them off in North Africa, I think. So we'll go and pick you up, go into the port of Urki. Actually, no, we will... Actually, yeah, let's go pick them up into the port of Urki. We're going to go and occupy this. Do I... No, we'll wait a little bit. You know what? We'll wait. We'll go and blockade. We'll wait a bit. We'll get a little bit of extra food in this army. It's no point rushing things. We're now blockading, which means this is all going to fall pretty quickly. There are some barbarians here, but that's not really much of a problem. I still don't see any Carthaginian forces. They haven't landed anything anywhere, which is very good indeed, which makes the war even better. Let's see what we can potentially take. We can potentially take a lot of stuff here. Like, literally a lot of stuff. We can't take it down here because we don't have any control over this, but that's not too much of a problem. We can take this, and we can definitely take bits and bobs over here, so I'm going to be very happy with that. Very happy indeed. The Republic is going to be very happy with the outcome of this war. So are the people of Rome. And so are every single member, well, basically every member of our society. Anyway, 21% bang up food shortage. That's really hurt the people. 1,275 defenders. They're not going to last very long anymore. Maybe another month or two. Got another supply shortage there. Do we go and pick up you? We could probably... Maybe go and ransack Carthage would be glorious if we could ransack it. Oh, there is some troops here. Let's go and pick them off. Let's go and pick them off. There's a navy here. Let's see if we can get them. Yes, we can get them. However, I said I would lose this fight. Why? There's 56 ships. I have way more. Our commander's got 9 marshal. He's got 13. That's why. We've got the right tactic. I think we're going to go for probing attack. I think that's going to be the best. Apparently it says I would lose, but I have a way stronger fleet, so I'm not worried. Hopefully we can get rid and sink his 5,000 ships. I would love to be able to sink them. Anyway, let's go and see what's happening in this naval battle. So, the Battle of Mare Hibericum. We're pretty even. There's a 30 combat width. We've both got more than 30 ships, so the lines are thinning out. Carthage have got Tetriers on the front line, Liburnians on the flanks. We have currently got the heavy ships, Hexiers, in the front lines, which are effective against the other ships, and of course Liburnians on the flank. Let's roll. Hopefully the front line is going to be wiped out fairly quickly. Oh, it's completely been smashed. The whole line has gone. Oh my god, it's just gone. And of course, oh, our middle line's gone now though. So have them. Yeah, now they've gone. They've got no more ships. We're going to be flanking. They're completely destroyed. Let's see what's happened. We lost how many ships? They lost 13 ships. We lost 8. They've lost a few men. No, they haven't lost any men, but they are retreating now. So they haven't been able to kind of like send some, like disembark some men. So now we're going to just kind of we'll dock you pretty quickly. I don't know where they're going. There's nowhere for them to dock, so I have no idea where they're going to go. They're probably just retreating back there. But anyway, the Siege of Rusadir has been won. So now we're going to kind of pick up our main force. Pick up our legion. If I can actually find them. Get you. They have more than enough food. And we're going to go and drop you over into Quartan now. Actually, no, we'll pick up you actually first. We'll go and pick up these. And then we'll finish off. Try and finish off his navy next, I think. We'll pick you up from Rusadir. And then we'll drop you over into this section. And then we'll drop our legion over the other side. Demadamas the Explorer, so amidst the raging weather and violent seas, a patchwork ship of exotic craftsmanship has pulled into the port of Lucentum. Aboard, a crew hailing from far-flung various gaze upon our modest harbour with poorly disguised wonder. After a brief delay, a lone sailor emerges and speaks perfect Roman, espousing his gratitude that we let him dock without trouble or suspicion. He gives his name as Demadamas as Miletus, an explorer of some experience who has been sent forth by his liege to discover more about the world at large. So, well, we are generous. So, he is most welcome. You are most welcome to our glorious territory of Lucentum. So, we'll lease 3 pots, but yep, you're more than welcome to stay. We're a generous man, so You can stay. Anyway, let's go over here now. We need to take over Portus Magnus. We'll send over our Conscripti Italia, I think, to deal with them. The Conscripti Italia is here. We're going to send you over to deal with the soldiers in Portus Magnus. The quakes in Cyrus. Where's this? Cyrus is... Oh, it's in southern... Oh god, it's in southern Italy. So there's been a massive earthquake centered upon Cyrus with large amounts of casualties and some significant damage upon the city itself. The nearby cities and areas have also seen some issues. But we can't afford to aid them. So it will work itself out in time. We're going to lose some stability. We can't afford. But we must aid our brethren. Do we go into debt for it, though? Yeah, we're generous. We've got to go into debt. We're generous. We're going into debt. We're generous. We're going to have to, like, kind of live with the negative consequences. We're a generous man, so we have to do it. We can't let the people die. Hopefully a gift from the gods will arise, which will allow us to offset the negative balance. I mean, if Rome, hopefully the gods will look favourably upon us, due to the fact that we are currently fighting for our gods to take out Carthage. Anyway, the battle here was won. We've got rid of his forces over in Portus Magnus. Our legion is going to the city of Cretan. And then, of course, we shall get rid of... Well, not get rid, but then we shall move our auxiliary forces of Magna Graecia into the province of Iolia. We'll move you over here. Who else is at war with us? Oh, Yol have joined the fight, so we can take over Yol as well, which would be very good indeed. Do we have access with our dear guide that we guarantee? We don't, but we are going to ask for military access in order to be able to ferry troops across. So we'll send you over here now and help the siege of this place. Barbarians, actually no, barbarians have taken control of this. I need to deal with the barbarians, so you're going to stay over here and we're going to go and deal with them barbarians. We need to have that ourselves. Anyway, we defeated the troops in Cretan. You're here, you're over here. I should probably drop them off in Yol, to be honest. I think. Probably should have dropped them off in Yol. Oh well. We'll drop them off in Yol. Oh, and the Carthaginian navy is moving on us here. This is good. So we'll drop you in Awixam. And we killed them. That's good. We got rid of some of his ships, which is fantastic. Bad planning. Okay, due to a severe shortage of money, we lose army morale and army morale recoveries, which is a pain. But, oh well, at least we kind of offset the negative gold that we had. The Indian Revolt wants to trade. I'll happily trade with you. That is not a problem. Let's see. So, the Battle of Cretan, we beat them here. They were retreating forces. So they've been beat. Now, our navy, we're going to go and pick up you over here in the port, and we'll go and deal with these barbarians who are occupying our land here that we've occupied, but I want it back. So we'll go pick them up. Here we've got another status quo. That is not good. That's been a couple of status quos we've had here. Anyway, Macedonian Civil War. Oh, well. What we got here? How's it going? Everything's going okay for the moment. I'm not overly worried. So that's fallen nearly minus 28%. Got our navy here. We're going to pick you up and we're going to send you over to here to deal with these barbs. We can't have them. We can't have them there being a pain. They need to go. They really do. So we're minus 28% here. You've taken care of this. We're now going to go and take over Yol. We'll wipe out the Yol forces there. Then I think we can literally pretty much peace out very soon here. There's nothing much more we can do. We are victorious in the Battle of Yol. We defeated them. Untying Devotion. Apparently Marcus Sempronius Lepidus is very good at his job, which increases the stability of the realm, which is very good indeed. You're moving over here. That's fine. We're now going to go and kill his horrible forces here. The horrible barbs that need to absolutely go because they're just occupying the land that we tried to occupy. So these have been dealt with. You're going to stay over here now, I think. Yeah, you're going to stay there. We're now going to go and blockade the city of Catan just to help speed up the occupation process. And then we're going to go and take this over here on this side. I need to take back Tinga. And I think we're very close to... I think we might try to go and ransack Carthage, I think. One big ransack of Carthage might be the best way to end the war. Wait a sec, there's 5,000 men there. I don't like this. That's not good. They can't cross. So I might actually get some of the extra troops. I might bring the Legion down there to help him out. To deal with them. And when Quintus Fabius Gurgis died, he was the co-consul, and he died eating a rotting herring. So we do need to... Oh no, was he the... It might have been the researcher. We'll put Sextius Fabius. Yeah, no, it was the researcher. I think he was a consul, though, at some point. We have another trade route in Rome, and we are going to go for an excess of stone here, because it reduces the build cost. And we are going to want to build a load of stuff in our glorious, like, kind of cities. Now, let's see. 49% minus 28%. Appius Claudius Cordex died, and he was likely to be the next co-consul. And he dies of venereal disease at the age of 74. Quartan has been won. We're now going to get the Legion, and we're going to go and deal with this 5k stack, sieging the city of... was it Quarta? It is Quarta. But we don't have any food. That is a big problem. So we need to get over there quickly. We have no commander now for our navy, so we need a new one. And we are going to place... do I want to probably place Mamercus Fabius? He's a populist, though. He is the best man for the job. Or no, we'll place Hostus Postumius. He is of a bony, which is kind of the middle, and not the other extreme. We don't like the populistus Optimates, so we'll place Hostus. We'll trade with you. And now we need to send our dear forces all the way over here quickly and deal with the 5k stack there. Anyway, Ilgetian Civil War ends. That doesn't really concern us too much. Now, the only worry I have here is that we are losing men due to the fact we don't have enough food, so hopefully we're not going to lose too many before we get over there. Here at negative 14% in the Siege of Yol, and then hopefully we can take out this there, and then we should be done. What else can we occupy? Is Ibasim at war with us? Ibasim is at war with us. I could probably try and occupy Ibasim as well. That would be a good thing to do. So now we're going to get you guys off here. We're going to disembark. We're going to deal with his horrible, annoying forces there. So that's them dealt with. And we should be able to stack wipe them pretty well, which we are going to do, I think. I'm fairly confident that that's what's going to happen. The Siege of Yol has been won, and now we need to take Kishi. And then maybe, I think, just maybe, we should be fine. So we've killed them all. That is like last of his levies there have been totally stack wiped. Yeah, this... Oh, and there's going to be an election. He might actually... It looks like he's going to finish the war just before his election. 12th of August. Yeah, I think he's going to finish the war just before his election. Without a doubt. Yeah, I think he's done. We've done. I think we've done what we set out to do. So, of course, now we can occupy this. This as well. And, of course, this and this. Which means we have a nice foothold in North Africa. We take care of his land here. There's only a little bit down there, but that can be for next. And let's see what we can do. We might be able to get him to release some. Let's get him to release Ibasim. Get him to release Adreptis Minor, maybe? Well, no, we'll get him to release Tripolitana. Or let's get him to release... get him to release some of these. Kirkwane. Let's get him to release Kirkwan. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, this is a good second Punic War. This, like, literally amputates everything he's got in Hispania. We have a nice foothold in North Africa, and all this during the course of the Consul's mandate, just before it finishes. There's no better way. There's no better way to celebrate. So, let's do this. Let's go. And there we go. The Ionian Elite. We're going to banish them. We'll banish them and put the rest of the sword. And there we go. We now have got rid of Carthage out of Hispania, which means we can now do Hispanian dominance. Hispanian dominance. The Punics have been driven from their Hispanian colonies, securing the rich mines and port cities for Rome. We will bring the pen or the sword on the inhabitants of this wild, beautiful land. So, we come in peace, or Hispania is too rich to pass. We gain claims on all territory in Hispania that neighbours us or our subjects. Yeah, that's really good. We're going to get claims on everybody. Hispania is too rich of a prize to pass up, which is definitely what we're going to go and try and take. I think maybe the next wars are going to be to try and link up our possessions in Hispania here as quickly as possible. And then, of course, we shall then finish off Carthage in one big, last, final Punic War, where we shall occupy everything that he's got and wipe the Carthaginian menace off the face of the earth. With that said and done, this is the end of the episode. It's been a long one. I hope you guys have enjoyed it. I hope you enjoyed the series. I'm really enjoying making it for you. It's been absolutely a blast. If you did enjoy things, of course, please don't hesitate to hit that like button down below. And if you want to see some more Imperator Rome content, then please do consider subscribing to the channel for more. And with that said and done, thank you so much for being here, people, and I'll hopefully catch you all in the next one. Bye for now.